Today's episode isn't a build crossover, but it is about best matches. Episode 23, baby, of Kamen Rider 01.
Hell yeah. You know, the funny thing about that is that it didn't cut out once while the belt was doing its thing, but it's going to cut all the time when you're actually talking.
Of course it is. Anyway, today's episode is a breath of fresh air, because
we're not competing today!
We're not talking about any stupid fucking competition. Guy is barely in it. We see Yua get a little bit of character development. Just a bit. Which is something we talked about.
Just a tiny bit! She has salvaged a tiny bit of herself. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. We see a little bit, which was our biggest complaint last episode, was we haven't seen Yua do anything in a long time. And Fuwa is still a badass.
Fuwa is still our favorite character. Both of us agree he's the fucking best.
He's the best character in the show because he does stuff.
Here's the thing. Yua actually transforms in this episode.
I know! It's great! Alright,
well, to start, basically, like, Aruto's, like, trying a bunch of different keys on his driver. He's like, why won't it fucking work? And, then the lady who was going to get married and then got frauded last episode, or last, shows up. It's like, find me a new husband!
Yes, and so Aruto and Izu is like, well, don't worry. We have a matchmaking service run by human gears, and it's pretty great. And
hell yeah, we do.
And we go to the matchmaking service, and the matchmaker is played by my man, Blue Buster. Yay! I know it's him because of his fucking.
He might not actually be, but Parker's fucking dead.
He is Blue Buster, without a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind that it is Blue Buster. I'm going to check while I'm editing this episode to see if that is Blue Buster. Pretty sure it's Blue Buster.
If you're wrong, you better fucking shame yourself with text on screen.
I will shame myself with text on screen. But I bet you I won't. Fucker. Oh, and we also get a really good bit with the vice president and his assistant being there, and his robot. The vice president's Izu, I don't know her name, I don't think they've ever said it, calls him out saying, we're here because he's single and he's divorced.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad that the vice president came back just so he could get shit on.
Shit on? Yeah.
Absolutely shit on. So yeah, we have a nice little thing where we see the matchmaker, whose name is Match, by the way, say, well, I'm going to get you your best match.
Best match!
Hence the thing I did at the beginning of the episode. It's the only driver I own. I'm gonna use it.
That's fair. I mean, I could pull out my fucking Beyond driver and say EY.
It's not appropriate.
I should have done that when we were talking about Wazoo. Damn it!
Oh, it'll be appropriate whenever we eventually review the Geo 01 crossover movie in like 2021.
When that movie eventually gets translated for us, we will review it.
Well,
so.
I mean, we have to wait for it to come out on Blu-ray, so that's a big problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little while.
So, yeah, we go and see her first date. I think that her name's like Evie.
Yeah, I think it was Evie.
So Evie goes on her first date, and it turns out that her best match is Guy.
Is Mr. Flavortown himself.
Mr. Flavortown himself.
Amatsu
Guy, and Yua comes with him. And you can tell she fucking hates every second of it. Because it's...
Oh yeah, like she used a very honest script to read off. When she sits down with Guy to point out all of his good points. Yes. And she is speaking like this the entire time, completely and utterly without emotion.
I hate my life, and I hate him. So that's
And then Match is asked why he matched Guy, and he starts pointing out all the bad shit about Guy, and Yua's fucking eating that shit up.
I know, he's absolutely loving Kamen hearing him shit talk Guy. And of course Guy, the robo-racist hypocrite himself, is like, I will absolutely not accept this. This is unacceptable. I will not allow myself to be talked down by a human here. Good day, sir. And he walks out the building as a penguin shows up.
A penguin shows up to beat some ass. And
Yuwa
transforms.
He tries to defeat Match. And yes, Yuwa transforms. It's been so fucking long, but we see Yuwa transform into Rushing Cheetah. And it's a pretty good fight.
Kamen Rider Valkyrie, there it is. Yeah, and Aruto is like, I gotta fucking transform, so he pulls out Metal Cluster.
And we see him transform into Metal Cluster Hopper because it is currently the only progress key he can use. I thought it would like literally be locked onto the driver, but no, it's the only one he can use right now.
Yeah, the driver just won't recognize any fucking key.
And so we see Metal Cluster Hopper losing it. And then we get the only scene, well, Fuwa's involved in 2 scenes, and this is one of them. Metal Cluster Hopper is going on a rampage, absolutely beating the crap out of Yuwa and the Penguin Man. And then Fuwa shows up and blasts ass in one of the coolest moves I have ever seen in Toku, ever.
Axe rise.
He switches the axe that he's using into gun mode, drop kicks him and pulls the gun out of his hand, loads the shit in. Fuck, you guys probably already saw that, because Parker probably put it on screen, but that was fucking sick.
It was, I creamed my pants, I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. The amount of ecstasy I felt as I saw that scene was immense.
I can't wait till we get a singular Fuwa-focused arc where we get a lot of Fuwa in 2 episodes, because he's our favorite character.
We really have not gotten a Fuwa episode.
Oh,
yet.
dude, is Fuwa gonna get a V-Cinema? He better.
He better! Oh my god! He's totally gonna get one. All secondary writers have gotten a V-Cinema, like, ever since Double. So, he better get one. Zeno kinda had a secondary writer V-Cinema, but then Kiva didn't get anything, because that's the redheaded stepchild of Kamen Rider.
Because then you realize you'd have to deal with Naga for an hour and a half.
I would rather shoot myself.
But a lot of that hour and a half would also be spent with the other, the better one.
The better secondary writer, yes. No way, he died at the end of that show, never mind.
Fuck! Yeah, you're right. God damn it. I don't want to deal with Nago.
So never mind, we're good. We're good with Kiva not getting a secondary writer V-Cinema, never mind.
If you want to hear us talk shit about Kiva, tell us in the comments. We might make a video talking shit about Kiva.
Because Kiva's such an interesting show. Because I kind of like it, but I kind of don't.
There's things in Kiva that are like, yes, that's sick. And then there's things in Kiva that ruin the rest of Kiva.
Yeah.
Like most characters that aren't Wataru.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the... Let's keep talking about 01. After this, we might actually make a Kiva discussion. Who knows? Anyway.
Yeah.
Vulcan blasts the shit out of 01 and he untransforms. And Izu's like, dude, I told you not to transform! And Aruto's like, I'm sorry!
I thought I could handle it!
I thought I could handle it. I thought I would be a good boy, but I wasn't. So yeah, Aruto gets reprimanded for trying to use Metal Cluster Hopper. And then Fuwa talks with Hirobi for a bit. And really all that scene exists is for Hirobi to basically smile smugly and be like, yes, human gears will rule one day. Yes. So yeah, that's all of Fuwa's involvement in this episode. So we keep moving on, and we basically see best matchmaker man being like, listen, No, okay, so Ebby's, like, childhood friend who looks like a fucking dork shows up and he's like, I don't like that my friend has been trying to check out this robot person. And then we're like, oh, shit, dude, I'm sorry. And then Match is actually says, I'm able to tell that he is most likely the raider because of the programming I have to match people up. And I think that is really cool, and it will probably never come up ever again.
Also, you could see, I don't know if anybody noticed this, except for somebody like me who took the basic psychology class, that all the little sections at the top left when he was looking at them were actual brain chemicals. So,
wow. Psychology.
Adrenaline, norepinephrine. I took a Psych 101 class.
Alright. That's cool.
I thought it was nice that was there. And English, actually.
Oh, really? I didn't even pay attention, I'm not gonna lie. I was more paying attention to what...
Yeah, it was all in English. Adrenaline, norepinephrine. I think there was some dopamine there. I didn't see it all, but... Adrenaline, oh, sorry, it wasn't norepinephrine, it was noradrenaline. And then glutamic acid, dopamine, estrogen, and oxygen. I think that's it's hard to read the last one. I think it's oxytocin. Never mind. But, all in English.
Is that all important stuff for your brain?
Yes.
Okay.
And your body in general.
And then we move on to a faux wedding where Ebby and Matchman are getting married. And at first I thought that there was a Humagear priest, which means Humagears believe in religion. And then we were told by Izu that it's an actor from the acting episode, which I thought was a really cool callback. I forget his name, but he's the actor Humagear from that episode, so that's really cool. And then we get to what I would think is the best comedy scene we've had in 01 so far, where the match Humagear is like, humans and Humagears are not allowed to marry, I'm sorry. And then to get it through her thick fucking skull, he just straight up calls her a bitch. Like, we usually joke, like, inserting curse words into place. He actually calls her a bitch.
ダメです。大体男に依存してるからバカみたいな巻き込まれるんですよ。どうかしてますね。そう、あなたはなのだ。こんな最低最悪の言葉どこで？申し訳ございません。
I mean, it's like fucking like blurred out and shit, but you could tell if you know the B word, but that was definitely used.
And the funniest part of that scene, Izu taught him how to use it.
Yeah, he went up to Izu earlier, was like, "Hey, what's the thing to say to a human to get them to be real mad at you?" And she's like, just say these things."
Call her a bitch.
And then Aruto's like, "Where did you get that fucking mouth?" And he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry."
It's like it's my favorite scene in comedy-wise, I think, out of all of them.
And then
we don't even.
And then Ebby, yeah, we don't. Ebby gets mad and slaps him, and then he goes berserk after getting slapped. Which I think was on purpose.
You think it was on purpose? You think he did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, seeing how he died, I think maybe something happened where at the end he came back, like he brought himself back into the real world and was like, I've done my job, it's a best match, and he explodes into a big old heart. Oh, he also turns into the frog suit, which I think just looks fucking hilarious.
Yeah, right when it showed up, I just heard, "Frog!
Frog!"
Which I think is the only appropriate reaction.
Yes, and then we also get to see Metal Cluster Hopper's finisher, and that's the episode.
It wasn't that flashy, but I think it was kind of.
I do like how it's like Gata Kiriba, which is appropriate because that's also a grasshopper. And he turns into...
Which, now you know why Got the Kitty Bar does that.
Yeah, and he turns into multiple... he turns into two, and he rider kicked both Guy and Frank. Man. Oh yeah, also
I
Guy
think,
shows up.
well, to be completely fair, Gata Kiriba is a grasshopper, a mantis, and a stag beetle.
Okay,
I think.
Alright, it's the insect-based one.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Guy also does show up at the end, but he mostly just shows up so he can fight Metal Cluster Hopper, because he's like, oh yes, the arc!
And then he gets his ass beat.
Yeah, Guy is not in this episode a lot, which is good, because I wanted a break from him, and that is what this episode is. It's a really nice break.
It's a break from what we spent literally like
4 episodes.
almost a quarter of each and every episode the last couple weeks.
There was an episode.
Talking about.
Yeah, there was an episode where we complained about basically all these problems that I wouldn't say are fixed, but we got a break from in this episode, which I really appreciate. And this episode was just a nice, refreshing, good episode in general.
This episode also shit on Guy a lot, which I enjoyed.
Guy got shat on, which I approve of, yes. And not even Guy at the other opposition, you a shit on him.
Well, you laughed about him getting shit on. He got shit on by Match.
Yeah. So overall, this is a good episode. I enjoyed it. A lot of really good action moments, a lot of really good comedy. We didn't really move the story forward, but I'm okay with that because I don't think we needed it to really move forward in this episode.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are your final thoughts on this episode?
I think this is going to just be this arc where we get a really nice set of episodes where we don't have to worry about Guy that much, unless next episode we do have to worry about where Aruto also figures out this Metal Cluster Hopper shit, because in the preview we do see that next episode he's going to get it figured out.
Yeah. Sucks that it's so short. So it's not like Build Hazard where we have an entire arc of Sento murdering a man.
Yeah.
Man, that was like, Build's so good. Everyone should go watch Build.
Build's really good.
Build's a real good season.
Everybody go watch Build. Go watch that show. It's real good. Also, Zero One has actually been pretty good so far. Watch some Zero One.
Watch Zero One, watch Build, watch Kamen Rider as long as it's not Wizard.
Yeah, or maybe not Ghost right now, honestly, but
and yeah, no, good episode. I'm excited for next episode, and that's really all I kind of wanted from this. I also hope that you're all excited.
I'm excited to see Aruto figure out all this.
Yeah, I guess I hope you're all excited that this episode isn't going to be like 26 minutes. Be more like just regular 20 minutes.
Also, I just want to point out that we've both narrowed down why we really like Aruto, and that's because it's both somebody we would just hang out with in real life.
Yeah. This episode made me realize when he's talking to the dork friend in the chapel, he acts how like a person I would know would act, and I'm like, that's why I like Naruto.
Or myself.
Yeah, or myself or a friend of mine would act, so that's nice. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed.
Like, I feel like he wouldn't be out of place on one of these reviews,
like. I've been thinking we need to get another like guest for an episode review. I have some people I would like to ask, but I'm too scared.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Any hoodly doodlies, I hope you all enjoyed this episode review. Next time, meet us back here when Aruto will probably get this all figured out. But until then, follow us on the Twitters, follow Len's YouTube channel, and I don't know, maybe subscribe to this one if you want to. I ain't gonna hate you if you don't.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you later.